women are spreading positivity with their podcast called Randomness with Heath and Josh. They cover all things Central Texas, from professional sports, reality stars, actors, comedians, and more.
6 News reporter Cindy DeShawn spoke to the pair about their journey and how this all came about. Cindy, what'd you find out?
Yeah, Chris and Lindsay, Joshua Peterson and Heath Winnett are two friends who grew up in Temple together. They have lots of love for this community, and it sure does pour into their work.
I think everyone has a story to tell.
Meet Joshua Peterson and Heath Winnett,
High school buddies.
two Temple High School graduates.
I graduated in '94 and he in '95, so we're old.
Who grew up in Temple, Texas.
When we were kids and Applebee's showed up, Temple went nuts because we didn't have anything that was a chain restaurant back then.
They've seen the development of the city.
We're trying to spotlight that.
It's all part of the mission of their podcast to entertain, inspire, and bring out big smiles.
Randomness in Templetown.
We're a couple of good old Temple boys having fun.
Randomness with Heath and Josh started nearly 15 months ago.
Some friends of ours had started a podcast, and when they started that podcast, I went, man, if they can do it, we can do it. And 2 weeks later, Josh and I were starting our first one, and we had our first episode.
The two have 61 episodes recorded, covering all sorts of fun stories.
Because it's randomness, we literally talk about any and everything.
From athletes to stars, musicians, and businesses, they highlight the stories of those in Central Texas.
We had Eric Pasley from Temple, who's a Grammy-nominated country artist. We've had Ian Bagg, who is a stand-up comedian that literally travels the world. We had a friend of ours that went on Shark Tank. She's a multimillionaire now. It's a friend of ours. We've had someone that was on, our very first guest was Louise Black, and she was on Project Runway. She was our best friend's girlfriend growing up.
A lot of the guests were people we grew up with here in Temple, so.
Yeah, it's really, there's a lot of cool
so
people.
It's not hard to coerce them into.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool people that come out of Central Texas and they have no idea that they're from Central Texas, you know?
Yeah.
They've now hit 39 countries with their podcast, and they credit their success to the community that helped raise them.
We're not stopping. We're going to keep going as long as people are listening, even if it's 3. If it's 3 people and those 3 people are listening every week, we're going to keep doing it.
Now, for more information on their podcast, you can go to randomnesspodcast.com. Episodes release on Mondays on all the major streaming sites, and they have a YouTube channel too. Those links can be found on their website, guys.